These fellers got a danged old drive-through pick up your beer store. Hey, welcome back to Vice Grip Garage. Today is day one of Summit Racing Drag a Drive, which is an event where drag racers compete at 4 different tracks and they have to drive between each track. It's the ultimate test of durability and speed. I'm going to be tagging along driving Tom Bailey's slammed ice cream truck that I know absolutely nothing about. Yesterday it didn't have brakes actually, but the good news is it's only 1,000 miles. Seems fine. So if you're familiar with Rocky Mountain Race Week or Hot Rod Drag Week, this event's pretty similar. You can pull a trailer with your car, 4x8 trailer, anything you can carry on the car or in the trailer you could take, but you have to be careful because if you start bringing transmissions and overdrive units and tires, maybe you don't have enough room for tools and cold snacks, stuff like that. So there's a balance in there. Tom's pretty well got it figured out. He's been doing this for many years. I'll show you his trailer in a little bit. For us, it's a little bit different because we're not actually drag racing. We're going to be in the pits and stuff like that. We're going to be watching Tom drag race right from the line. I'll get you in the action, but this little guy is definitely not going down the strip. My challenge is keep this thing running all week. Right now I've been loading it up. Pretty much all I'm bringing is my suitcase. This is like my computer and monitor and stuff like that, my camera equipment, cold snacks. We're gonna put some ice cream bars, stuff like that for all the other racers, and then we'll probably get some tools in here, but I don't really have any. This is just what was in here. Might try to stop by a Hobo Freight or something and get one of those universal tool kits. Up front I got the hot dog roller thrown back in, hooked up a couple chargers, got some easy access cold snacks right out of the driver's seat there. Did confirm that the blue teeth works, so we're going to be blasting some Whalen. I got a passenger. He's from Australia. I don't know how that music's going to go over, but we're going to give it a shot here pretty soon. Tom, you worried about the rain yet at all?
It's a little wet.
A little wet?
To wait it out for just a couple minutes. See if we're supposed to. Drivers mean 7:45. We're supposed to be locked in, but I don't know. Trying to wait out a little bit for the rain to try and keep the car from getting too wet. So
has it ever been rained out at any of these events?
Oh yeah. Like it'll rain out a day, and like you still have to make the drive, but you don't end up making the passes if the track can't happen. So
bummer.
But today was supposed to be the nice day. So.
I know. That's what rain wasn't even really in the forecast.
I got a whole bunch of random air fittings that you should put in one of those drawers in case something goes wrong.
Let's do that. Overnight the bags did well. This one did hold, but there's a slow leak somewhere. But I'm actually not too worried about the truck. Seems to run pretty decent.
You said we kind of have brakes. That's like that's like an 06 Trailblazer brakes there. Yeah, you know you got USB ports up here too for your phone. Like that way, if the inverter's not running, then you can plug it up there.
That stays juiced up all the time?
Yep, that one runs off the batteries.
Nice. Very cool. This is such a cool old truck. Overcast out, but the rain has let up. We're gonna head down to the pits and find Tom and get everything unloaded and just start walking around seeing all the cars and the competition, and then they're supposed to light the track up at about 9:30, but again, all of this basically becomes impound. You can't touch it if you're racing. You got to take everything with the car or your trailer. This is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to watch Tom run a 6. Check that. Cleaner's El Camino looks amazing. It's got all the aerodynamicals now with the hood. Man, that's a sharp looking hood. It's got the cover. It's got that carbon fiber-ish look. Drag wing.
Good morning, racers. If you would, please make your way
Looks great.
to
Yep. So the route is basically starting here at Summit Motorsports Park. Then we head to Edgewater Raceway, then to Lucas Oil Raceway, then back here for the finale. Quite a bit of money on the line, and they're giving away a 67 Chevy too, I heard. To do 2 hits per day, and at the end of it they average all of your times. Fastest car wins basically, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Pretty decent turnout actually. There's that guy again. About tipped it over. Can you tip a plane over? I think you can. I'm not sure. This fella here is pretty hardcore. He showed up and not even quite done with his build yet. He's just going to do it here. So I offered to jump in and help a little bit. We got some throttle linkage. Looks like fuel lines. Plug in the injectors. Got to put some cotter keys in the steering here, tighten that up. Shifter linkage, a couple other small things, but should be doable. They might have her going by the end of the day, but really cool build. Everyone's headed over to staging. They're opening up the track. There goes the first run. First pass, 692 at 171. I'm gonna have to learn how to pack a chute. No one better than Tom here to show me.
I don't know. When old Bleeder drove it, chutes didn't work. So
well, you're 50-50 at least, right?
Maybe I'm not the authority anymore.
So obviously the ropey, stringy things, they gotta be straight, not twisted up.
Yep. Yep, you're trying to get the stringy thing straight. And sometimes you give up and you leave a couple of the twists in the stringy things just for a little excitement.
Ah, there you go. Little late deployment.
Exactly. If you just get frustrated and say, I don't feel like doing the serious untangle.
Tom's not quite sure what happened there. They're going to look at the computer box thingy. And it seemed like something with the trans brake because it bumped and rolled and kind of sounded like the trans brake again. But they're back there looking at the data to see kind of what happened there. He said he tested it on the return road. It seemed to work fine. So downside is he's got to make one more pass now. So they're going to let it cool down and maybe make some adjustments. I'm not sure. Look at this thing, all-wheel drive, twin turbo. What's the front drive shaft out of?
It's Lincoln Aviator all the way underneath.
Lincoln Aviator. Very cool. said you got this for $500?
My dad bought it back in the early 60s. It was a basket case when he bought it.
Yeah.
He started working on it, you know, health issues. He never finished. And I decided to just make a hot rod out of it when I inherited it.
Nice. What was your inspiration for the all-wheel drive stuff?
No prep that seems popular now, and then some of the no prep guys was kicking my butt. They're all-wheel drive. So.
Well, this ought to fix that, huh?
It helped. It helped.
So the process has begun to turn this basically from a pro mod to a street car. Well, it is a street car, but they're going to jack it up, get it in the air, change tires. They also set the valve lash to 0. It just saves a little bit on wear while running down the highway. But she's even got cup holders, power windows, you name it.
Normally I'll actually do this when the engine's hot, and then I'll zero lash it hot, because we go on, you know, a couple 100-mile drive and the thing never cools down. And in fact, it gets hotter and just keeps on getting warmer, and it'll grow. And usually they're like 10 thousandths or so when they're driving down the road, kind of a guess. But when you'll bring them back and let them sit overnight, you go to crank it over and it's holding all the valves open.
Yeah.
But Tom had the radiator fan on and the water pump on, so the thing's stone cold. So I'm just going right down to 0, which is about 10 thousandths. They all about feeling the same. You know, if I feel anything that's way off, then we gotta fix it. But there's nothing that's way off yet. So
First drive down the highway. What are we doing? 40. Oh, she rips. Got my brake juice, my America hat. It actually, I mean, it doesn't swerve around. Got to keep an eye on the airbags because they leak down, but we're gonna head into town. And I think we're just gonna go straight down the interstate, huh?
go ahead.
Not recommended. Well, we just blasted like 32.1 miles. It's 117 degrees in here, minimum. Loud. It's like 14 rocks in a trash can. Brakes still don't work. I keep leaving my blinker on, specifically the left one. It's not overheating yet, and we've used a quarter tank of gas in 30 miles. That's not very good, actually.
It's not very average.
No, that might be an issue. But it doesn't matter because Luke here has never been to a Harbor Freight Tools, and we're about to do that. I need to pick up one of those kits I always get, and maybe a gander and some other stuff, but I can't wait to see his face when he walks in here.
There
is it open?
There it is.
How excited are you right now?
It looks open.
Are you gonna buy anything, or are you just window shopping?
From what you're telling me, like if I take 20 bucks in there, I could basically just buy everything and walk out.
Yeah, you can outfit a whole shop with 35 bucks. How many HPs? 130 bucks? 3 horsepower. If you want to kick it up down here, look at this. 13 horsepower for 400 bucks. Yeah, these Predators rip. Got me some Roo Rivers here, you know, 8 bucks. And then somewheres is that master toolkit thing I gotta find, but I'm just enjoying Luke. Are you gonna buy one of these? Is this going on the roof? We'll find some go-kart along the way.
I need like a scooter to get around the track with, so maybe we can hook it up to something like that.
Fire it up, give it a pull. See that? That's high compression. Apparently they don't have these in Australia. I feel bad for you guys. What was it, Super Tool or Super Cheap?
Super cheap auto, Repco.
Repco and Super Cheap Auto. Here she is, guys. So this is the exact kit that I use for all of my revivals. I have them in the shop, you name it. And literally everything you need is in here, quite honestly. You've got 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. You got the 97 tooth sockets and the 48 tooth stuff, and you got all the little drive adapter thingies, and that's a heck of a price. Can you hold that, sir? Plus, it's got the go handle. Okay. Look at this thing, I'm a widget. Looks like a, I don't know what year, 2000-ish, but it's got a thing on it. So to fuel this, you got to do the old upside down nozzleator trick and just barely, see, you got to ease, just squeak it in, and with any luck, 49 minutes later, you get about 10 gallons in here. Gassed up, guzzled up, Ice sizzled up. Got the extra in here. Ready to hit the road. You ready?
Good to go.
Few miles away and we're starting to see other cars and stuff like that, so we're actually not that far behind after stopping for lunch and getting some tools and stuff. Looks like we're 3 minutes away, so we'll see how many people are still there. I think we're going to hang out for just a little bit, see what kind of traffic we can run into. What a dog. One of my favorite parts about these road trips like this or Hot Rod Power Tour is just cruising through all these small towns. Looks like we made it. So between every venue there's a checkpoint just like this where everybody comes in, and then I believe you take a picture and you submit that with your time slips at the end if you want a chance to win some of the prizes and things like that. Just to make sure you're kind of keeping the spirit of the event, following the route somewhat. This one's a little more lax. They say you can take the interstate or back roads as long as you hit the specific checkpoint. So quite a few people rolling in here. So they should have 120 cars, unless some people really just don't care about, you know, the drawings or whatever. So call it 100 maybe. Here's some more coming down the hill already. So this is a Duramax. He's gonna fire it up here. Look at that. That is cool. Not only do you not see Turbo Novas like this every day, but I have never seen this. I'll be dipped. Tom just pulled in here. Sounds like they might have just run out of gas like a mile from the fuel station, and they had to throw 5 gallons of race gas in to get there. But he's still not the last one. There's still people filtering in. I don't know what time it is. Let's look. It's about 6 o'clock, so still some folks coming in. Hopefully they're not having breakdowns or issues like that. He lost the spark plug wire on the way here. Was running on 7, but thankfully it was just a plug wire. But otherwise everybody coming through has been good spirits, having a blast. We got 68 miles left, I believe, to the next track location, so it's not too bad. So we're just leaving the checkpoint. Tom said, hey, follow us, but listen, he doesn't drive slow anywhere. It doesn't matter what he's driving or where he's driving. We're not going to be able to keep up, basically. I think there's an alligator crossing the road here or something. I don't know. Ducks? Close enough. Looks like an alligator, maybe not. Come on now, cats! Yeah. So anywho's, we're going to go grab a bite to eat and then grab the motel. I think racing starts at the same time, 7:15 in the morning. I think we got about 60-some miles, so see how quick we can get there. Maybe we'll actually beat Tom, because I don't think we're going on the same path. So I got my foot in it. We'll see what happens.
So we're here. It was an adventure for about the last 5 minutes. Yeah, 6 miles,
6 miles.
actually. Because we're cruising along or whatever, next thing you know, start hearing ting ting, ting ting, and it sounded like something was just dragging on the ground. So like I'm checking the brakes. The rain's coming. We know it's gonna rain, so that's why we skipped dinner. So we're cruising 80 miles an hour, hearing the tinging, so I slow down to like 70 miles an hour in case something is gonna like wedge underneath the car and flip us over. That I guess if we're doing 70, that's better than doing 80. So So then we're like, okay, well, we're 6 miles from the hotel. We'll just make it to the hotel and deal with it because the rain's coming. So then we're cruising along, and then all of a sudden it starts running out of gas. Look at the fuel pressure. The fuel pressure is normally 45. It's down at 15. So rather than get off and try and fill up with gas, I'm trying to make it as far as I can just as it sucks the last gas out of the tank. And there was an inside exit to get off of the one expressway to the other, so it's like I had to commit to doing that, and then it's an uphill going around, and so then we're coasting, and then we had a mile to get off the exit. So broken whatever, and now I get gas, and a half mile from the hotel, 0.4 miles actually. So then we put gas in it. We're like, screw it, we'll just drive it to the hotel. We already drove it this far. So, which it sounded like a broken rocker arm. So Steve will enlighten you on that in a minute. But then we have to go up a straight incline or whatever to make the left turn. So make that, come over, and then it's a big steep uphill part to get into this hotel parking lot. So I curve across, and then I start to go up. Well, then the wheelie bars hit and the back tires come off the ground. So then I'm just sitting there spinning the tires. Trailer's in the middle of the road out there.
Blocking
And
traffic.
it's like there's cars stopping and trying to go around. Well then, so whatever. I look at them, I'm like, oh, the wheelie bars hit. So I back it up. Took a little bit to get off there, but I back it up across the street, blocking both lanes of traffic now. And then I just make a launch for it, a running start. It comes up, wheelie bars hit, the rear tires spin for a second, and then it caught, and then we were able to drive up and get here. All that with a broke car. So that's on to Steve, as we thought it was a rocker arm. He's starting to pull everything apart, and he's figured out what?
Hopefully it is just the hardened tip on the cup end on the push rod is broken off. Because as I was rolling around, just checking it, just feeling if something was broke, I'd roll it around and it would have lash, and then the next time it'd have a 1/4 inch of lash as it was rolling over. So I think it was jumping in and out of the cup that is no longer there. So I'm hoping it didn't F up the lifter, because Derek's going to be really disappointed if he has to keep on pulling this intake tonight, because he's going to have to help.
Yeah, because the good thing is
I'm really tired of work.
Yeah, because the good thing is we're not at the track, so therefore help is now allowed. So
I just need some sushi, a little bit of whiskey, and I'm ready.
Ready to rock it.
Well, Mr. Bailey might have some issues. They think it might just be a push rod, but hard to say. They're letting it cool down a little bit. Steve's making some adjustments. We got a squeaky squeak coming up in the step band there. Goes away when you turn right, it's back when you turn left. You know what that means. That dangled ball joint might be causing an issue, but for tonight I'm just gonna pretend it's not there because it's cold snack time, to be honest. Gonna try to get at least 4 or 5 hours of sleep tonight. How bad is Mom's car? I don't know. How bad is the step van? I don't know. You'll have to wait till next episode. We're gonna wake up in the morning, assess the damage. Tomorrow is day 2. We're gonna be, where are we? Rutledge, Red Ridge. It's a raceway. There's drag racing, is what I'm saying. Tom's got to try to get 2 passes in tomorrow. Front end of the van's probably going to be up. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens. Thanks guys for watching. Appreciate it very much. We'll see you next time.